when the hell is she getting traded out of town? I got to tell you, fans are done with Nalyssa Smith.
In a shocking turn of events, Nalyssa Smith has reportedly put out a statement saying, "Life is about knowing your worth. Don't stay nowhere where you're not wanted." This bold declaration has not only caught the attention of the WNBA community, but also left fans and analysts speculating about the underlying reasons for her decision.
Nalyssa Smith fashion. What do we get? We get a passive-aggressive social media post. The Nalyssa Smith special is what we are calling it, folks. Nalyssa Smith on her Instagram says, "Life is all about knowing your worth. Don't stay nowhere you not wanted."
From the very beginning, her performance and attitude, both on and off the court, have come under increasing scrutiny. As the season progressed, fans and analysts began to question whether she was fully committed to the Fever's long-term vision, especially after several high-profile incidents that raised doubts about her professionalism and dedication. The statement she recently released seemed to signal deep frustration, but it also left more questions than answers about her relationship with the Fever organization, her teammates, and the fans who had once rallied behind her.
I would just say, playing with confidence, just giving what the defense gives me, driving, one of my main things was just getting to the basket a lot more this year. And like I said, with such great players, it spreads the floor for me, so I have the opportunity, to drive, to shoot, so it's my main focus.
The timing of this announcement is particularly telling, coming just 4 days before the expansion WNBA draft. A pivotal moment when every player's future is up for grabs, and teams are looking to build their rosters for the next competitive season. This only adds further complexity to an already tense situation, as both Smith and the Fever must now navigate the uncertain road ahead.
Nalyssa Smith is the only one, in my opinion, who knows how to rebound for Indiana.
Many fans and analysts have pointed to a series of incidents that may have contributed to the fallout between Nalyssa Smith and the Indiana Fever, particularly her actions, or lack thereof, concerning teammate Caitlin Clark. Over the course of the season, the relationship between Smith and Clark appeared increasingly strained, marked by moments that raised eyebrows and fueled speculation about deeper underlying issues. Smith's alleged disregard for Clark, both on and off the court, has sparked significant controversy, creating a rift not only between the two players, but also among fans and within the Fever organization itself. For those closely following the drama, this strained dynamic has become a critical factor that cannot be ignored.
But the problem, a big problem here, is that Nalyssa Smith just keeps almost bringing herself back into the story, back into the news. And I've said it so many times. As the great Stephen A. Smith would say, stay off the tweet. Just stop tweeting. Just stop tweeting.
One of the most significant incidents that seems to have fueled the tension between Nalyssa Smith and the Indiana Fever occurred during a game earlier in the season against the Connecticut Sun. In a moment that quickly went viral, DJ Carrington, Smith's girlfriend, was seen poking Caitlin Clark in the eye during a heated exchange on the court. The act, which many fans speculated was intentional, caused an immediate uproar, sparking widespread discussions on social media and among analysts.
Ow!
I'm sorry.
You poked me in the eye.
The controversy surrounding the incident was bad enough, but what truly exacerbated the situation was Smith's reaction, or lack thereof. While Clark, a pivotal player known for her fiery competitiveness and leadership role, was visibly in distress, Smith, who was on the court at the time, appeared indifferent to her teammates' plight. Instead of stepping in to defend Clark or even showing basic concern, Smith was seen laughing off the situation, a response that infuriated many Fever fans. This lack of solidarity was widely perceived as a betrayal, not just of Clark, but of the team and its values.
You're an 8-year-old. You did?
I did not poke
Did you do it on purpose?
I did not poke you in your eye.
Did you do it on purpose?
I got hit in the knee. That was my reflex.
It looked like you were just laughing.
The situation quickly spiraled out of control, with fans and commentators alike expressing their outrage over Smith's lack of action. Many felt that her response, or rather, her lack of response, only deepened the growing divide between her and the Fever faithful. Her failure to intervene when Caitlin Clark was in a vulnerable position raised serious questions about her commitment to the team and her loyalty to her fellow players. Fans were quick to point out that as one of the team's supposed leaders, Smith had a responsibility to not only perform on the court, but also to protect her teammates when they were under threat. Leadership in basketball, and in any team sport, goes beyond just scoring points or making plays. It's about fostering unity, creating a supportive atmosphere, and defending those who stand alongside you.
That post, it kind of seemed like it was a goodbye post to the Fever. I know you have a year left on your contract, but do you anticipate parting ways with the Fever this offseason?
I've been hearing that a lot, but I didn't think it was a goodbye. It was more so just like, me appreciating all the people that did help me get through this season.
The fact that Smith chose to laugh off what many considered an assault on Clark's dignity was seen as a direct betrayal of the team's values and the trust placed in her as a leader. It left a bitter taste in the mouths of Fever fans who felt Smith had not only failed to rise to the occasion, but also let down both her teammate and the organization's core principles. The rift between Nalyssa Smith and the Indiana Fever's fan base is now undeniable, and it seems increasingly unlikely that it will heal anytime soon. Over the course of the season, fans had already begun to grow disillusioned with Smith's behavior, and her recent statement about knowing her worth only deepened the sense of betrayal.
Okay, so by far these are the two best women in college basketball right now. The number 1 and number 2 scores, Caitlin at 32 points, Juju is at 27.1 per game. Both are carrying a subpar team.
For many, this statement was a clear indication that Smith had never been fully invested in the team or its future. Her decision to leave at such a crucial moment, just days before the expansion draft, felt like a slap in the face to the Fever faithful, who had placed high hopes on her to be a cornerstone of the team's rebuilding efforts. While some might sympathize with Smith's desire to seek an environment where she feels more valued, it is hard for fans to overlook the immense disappointment and frustration they feel after investing so much hope in her potential.
Did you intend to hit her in the eye? And if so, could you just, or if not, either way, could you talk about what happened on that play?
I don't even know why I would intend to hit anybody in the eye. That doesn't even make sense to me. But no, I didn't. I didn't know I hit her, actually. I was trying to make a play on the ball, and I guess I followed through and I hit.
But what does this mean for the Fever's future? With Nalyssa Smith seemingly out of the picture, the team is now faced with the difficult task of rebuilding and retooling its roster to remain competitive in the league. The loss of such a key player puts additional pressure on the Fever's management, including General Manager Stephanie White, who must now focus on finding players who not only possess the necessary skill and talent, but also the right mentality to lead the team forward. This is more than just filling a gap. It's about ensuring that the new additions can integrate seamlessly into the team, foster strong chemistry, and contribute to the overall vision of the organization. The Fever need players who can embrace the culture they want to build, one of unity, professionalism, and long-term success. With the 2025 season fast approaching and fixtures soon to be revealed, including a tough opening game against Angel Reese's Chicago Sky, the stakes couldn't be higher. The Fever will have to regroup quickly, strategically assess their needs, and make the right moves in order to stay competitive in a highly competitive league. It will be crucial for them to build a team that can not only compete, but also develop a foundation for sustainable success in the coming seasons.
Liz is an incredible player, and she had great moments for us throughout the year. I mean, she is one of the key pieces why we were able to have such a successful year. You know, I don't, you know, the conversations that she had and that we had yesterday in our exit meetings was just about how she can be better and how she can help our team be better. And I love that about her. I love that she wants to make sure that she is doing what she has to do to be.
The Fever are determined to make a serious push for the playoffs and ultimately the finals in the coming season. However, the loss of Nalyssa Smith could mean that the team will need to adjust their plans significantly. With Smith's departure, Indiana may now have the chance to reshape its roster and bring in new players who better align with the team's vision and long-term goals. This could open up opportunities to target individuals who not only bring talent to the table, but also possess the right mindset and work ethic to contribute to the team's rebuilding process. Smith's exit, while a setback, may also allow the Fever to add depth in areas that were previously overlooked. Indiana has been actively seeking ways to strengthen its roster in the hopes of becoming more competitive in the 2025 season. And without Smith, the team may be able to focus on bringing in players who are more dedicated to the team's growth and overall success. This new direction could ultimately benefit the Fever as they look to rise from their current rebuilding phase.
A whole lot of reasons why they should get rid of her. And I'm not here trying to bash her. She's a good player. She plays a role. But with this team, I just don't think she's really helpful. I think she's more harmful than helpful.
While it's still unclear where Nalyssa Smith will end up, the reality is that the relationship between her and the Fever seems to be broken beyond repair. After everything that has transpired, her actions on and off the court, her controversial departure, and the public nature of the fallout, it's hard to imagine a scenario where Smith could return to the team. The emotional and professional distance between her and the Fever fan base is now too wide to bridge. Fans, who once supported her with high hopes, have largely moved on, and the organization is left with little choice but to shift its focus to rebuilding and moving forward without her. The departure of such a talented player is always a tough pill to swallow, especially for a team already in the midst of a rebuild. However, for many, it's clear that Smith's behavior off the court was just as damaging to the Fever's long-term prospects as any lackluster performance on the court could have been. The team now faces the challenge of finding players who will not only excel in gameplay, but also contribute positively to the culture and unity needed to succeed.
I mean, I think it's obviously cool, but at the same time, like, I feel like we play basketball the right way, and then that's just what kind of comes along with it. And it's fun, like, we've been winning. Like, that's what makes all of this so much better. Like, I feel like we're just playing such better basketball than we were.
The question now is whether Nalyssa Smith will find a better fit with another team in the league. While she is undeniably talented, her off-court actions and the lack of respect she showed toward her teammates have created a cloud of controversy that could follow her wherever she goes. Her behavior has raised concerns about her professionalism and commitment, making it difficult to ignore the potential for further drama if she joins a new team. No organization will want to take on a player involved in such divisive situations unless they are absolutely certain that Smith can put all that behind her and focus solely on what matters most: playing basketball at a high level and being a supportive, reliable teammate. The stakes are high for Smith now, as her next move will need to demonstrate her ability to both perform on the court and rebuild her reputation off of it. For the Indiana Fever, the future is now filled with uncertainty. The loss of Nalyssa Smith could mark the beginning of a new era for the team, one where the focus shifts away from individual egos and towards building a cohesive unit that works together for collective success. While Smith's departure is a setback, the Fever still have key players like Caitlin Clark, who can lead the team both on and off the court.
Official former Connecticut Sun head coach Stephanie White has a new home in Indiana. The Indiana Fever announced that she'll be their next head coach in a move that many were expecting was going to happen anyways when she left her position with the Sun.
With the right leadership, chemistry, and player acquisitions, the Fever have the potential to turn things around and build a strong foundation for the future. However, this will require a strategic approach to roster construction and the development of a unified team culture. The focus will need to be on finding players who are not only talented, but also committed to the team's long-term goals, ensuring that the Fever can compete at the highest level in the coming seasons. In the end, Nalyssa Smith's departure from the Indiana Fever may turn out to be a blessing in disguise for both parties. While it's never easy to see a talented player leave, sometimes parting ways is the best decision for both the team and the individual. For Smith, it's clear that she needs to find an environment where she feels valued and supported, somewhere that aligns better with her goals and personal growth. For the Fever, it's an opportunity to move forward and shift their focus to building a team that is united and committed to the long-term vision. While the road ahead will undoubtedly be challenging, it also presents an opportunity to create a fresh, new identity for the organization. With the right leadership, strategy, and dedication, Indiana can still assemble a competitive roster that has the potential to make a deep run in the 2025 season, putting them back in playoff contention. As for Nalyssa Smith, her journey is just beginning, and the next chapter will be critical in determining her future in professional basketball. Whether she stays in the WNBA or transitions to another league, one thing is certain. She will have to prove that she can put aside personal drama and distractions to focus on what truly matters, playing the game she loves at the highest level, and doing so with the respect, professionalism, and commitment that every team deserves. The path ahead will be challenging, but it also offers an opportunity for Smith to rebuild her image and demonstrate that she can thrive in a positive, team-first environment. Until then, both Smith and the Fever will have to navigate the fallout of this fractured relationship, each figuring out how to move forward, learn from the past, and make the necessary adjustments to ensure future success for both the player and the organization. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. More videos are on screen now.